Hi everyone. This is a little overview of remote assignment number 6, Causes of the Revolution timeline. So this week you'll be taking a deeper look at the events that led up to the American Revolution, and you'll be completing the following timeline and showing each event and its significance. Now I'll show you kind of what that's supposed to look like. I have a whole template for you to fill out. But before I get to that, I just want to let you know that you do have the option this week to work with a partner if you choose to. You can work alone if you want. It's not required, but you can choose to work with somebody else. All you have to do is when you choose who you want to work with, you need to fill out this Google form. So this Google form just asks you a couple questions, just so I know that you're working together. It asks for your name, the person you're working with name. So I could put, my name is Miss Steele. I'm going to work with me. Who are you going to work with? I'll work with Mr. T. And how are you going to accomplish this project? When are you going to work on it? How are you going to work on it? Say, Tuesday night, we'll call each other and use comments on Google Slides. So you're pretty much just telling me how you're on pardon my typos, how you're going to complete it, and I'm pretty much forcing you to make a plan. How you're going to communicate with each other. You might say, text will work in some time in class, and we'll do Google Slide comments. Any questions or concerns you can ask me, and then you just press submit. Your partner has to be in the same class or cohort as you so that you have the same due date. I'm not allowing you to work with other classes or other cohorts. But you only need to submit one project per pair. So if you're someone who's, trying to get this done quickly, maybe working with a partner is a really good option for you. Just make sure both your names are on it. That way I know it's for both of you, since I have some people working alone and some people working with a partner. So as always, I have a copy of a template here for you. So all you have to do is click on this, and it's going to give you this classic screen. Create a copy of this document, Cause the Revolution Timeline template. So you make a copy, and it's going to open up. It might take a second. What I always like to do too is before I even start working, I change the name of the document. So I'll go through and, change the name to Mint Steel. I'll put my name right at the top, Causes the Revolutionary Timeline. That way you know what it is and you can see it, okay? So it says Cause the Revolution Timeline. First things first, make sure you go through and put your name right here. Delete it. And type in your name and your partner's name. Still, Mr. T. And then I have this little instruction slide for you. So I'll read these aloud to you. Working with a partner or alone, it's going to be your job to create describe what happened at these key events and explain why it's important to the revolution. So I've given you all the key events. I've given you all the dates. You just got to tell me what happened and why it's important. You can watch this video, which is what I'm recording right now. So that's not linked yet, but this will be linked there as well. The requirements. Below are what you need to include for each slide. So number 1, you need to include a description of what happened at the event, at least 2 sentences. So what happened? What are the events? Who are the key people? You need to include that in the explanation. And then second, there's going to be a separate box that says explanation of why this event was important to the American Revolution. Essentially, you're explaining to me why is it important. It has to be at least 3 sentences. So think about why it's important for you to learn about this and understand the American Revolution. Why do we even care to talk about this? Okay, because each of these events play a key role in the American Revolution. It's just your job to figure out why. 2 related images to represent what happened at this event and its significance. And so this is the timeline you're working on. So each of these events is a key event to the American Revolution. And you don't have to add anything to this slide. This is just essentially so if we were to present this slide, you can go through and you can click. So say you wanted to know what happened at the Boston Massacre. You can click on this box. It'll take you right. You see it's the same date, same title, and you're going to be filling in the information. So this timeline is essentially just like a tool for you to understand each of these events. Proclamation of 1763. Go back to the timeline. Intellibrax. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to go through and complete these slides for each of them. So for example, we have Bacon's Rebellion here. So you're going to type a description of the event here. At least 2 sentences. I don't think you can do any of these under 2 sentences. It has to be at least 2. You probably need more, okay? So you type the description of the event here, and then you type the significance. Why is it important that we're learning about it? What was the significance of Bacon's Rebellion? You might need to go back in your notes and find that out. Over here in this blank space is where you can include your 2 images. So you might include a picture of Nathaniel Bacon, a picture of fighting or him burning down Jamestown. And you're going to go through and do this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 events. And this last one's kind of a range. And sometimes what you might need to do, you might have what the description is, but you have to come up with the significance yourself, okay? So I'm going to link some resources in the assignment space for you to kind of use to tackle this information, but it's your job to fill this out. So each one, this has to be at least 2 sentences, this has to be at least 3, and then 2 pictures, okay? When you're done, you submit just one back to the assignment space. You only have to submit 1 project per pair as long as both of your names are on it. Then I'll count the grade for both of you, okay? If you it shouldn't be too difficult. This assignment should be very easily doable within the time of the a week. So please reach out if you have any questions, or if you need clarification or want me to check your work at all. I'm more than happy to do that. Okay. So I'll see you back in class.